Hello again. I have been so overwhelmed with all of the messages I've gotten about how much people like my couple videos I did. I really wasn't expecting it. I just wanted to fill my time, and I'm also procrastinating cleaning my floors. So a lot of people have asked me if I could do a video on eyeshadow and eyeliner. I kind of have been going back and forth because it's such a general subject, but it depends on your eye shape. But I figured I would go through and kind of talk about the differences of what you would do depending on your eye shape, and then show you on myself, which I have almond-shaped eyes, normal set. They're just kind of average eyes, so hopefully this will be helpful. Real quick, I just wanted to tell you about my day 3 hair. So I still have not touched any heat to it after my first video of curling it with the flat iron. So when I shower, I just clip it up, keep it out of the water, and I haven't touched it with the curling iron or anything. So today I used my Moroccan Oil Dry Shampoo again, then brushed my hair out. After that, I put a little bit of this Powder Up texture in there. So this stuff's cool. It's got like a little baby powder kind of top to it, and what you do when you use it is you take it and you just do a little sprinkle like that, and then work it in. So I did that up top here to cover my part, and then on the sides, took this top portion, put in this little ponytail, tightened them right down, smooths everything out, you know. For all my flyaways, I love my final effects that I've been talking about a lot. But then, after the ponytail's in place, I took more of that Powder Up texture spray and worked it in here, and that's how you get all that nice volume. If you have longer hair, it can be kind of hard. You might have to back comb your half ponytail a little bit, but yeah, this is day 3. We're getting into ponytails, so tomorrow or tonight I will wash my hair again. I can't go more than 3 days. Some people can. But yeah, this is usually what I do on day 3 if I go that long. So let's get into this eyeshadow. So with eye shape, there's all kinds of things. I'm going to focus on 3 kinds of eyes. So deep set, which would be when your eye is actually inset much deeper than your brow bone. So everybody is a little bit, but deep set eyes are more so. So what that does is it gives you a really deep crease, and it makes your brow bone look as though it protrudes more. Well, it does protrude more. And so there's some ways we tweak the eyeshadow to contour to kind of give the illusion that your eyes aren't so deep set. The other type of eyes I'm going to be talking about are hooded or monolid eyes. So those are going to be when this upper part of your lid covers the lower lid. Monolid eyes would be like Asian eyes that don't have a lot of that lower lid showing. And then hooded is just when this kind of comes down more. So they're not the same, but the way that you do makeup for them is similar. So I'll kind of talk about them as if it was the same kind of eyes. Alright, so to start, I have my foundation done. I did my eyebrows because we don't need to talk about that. I always use my BM Lash Serum before I start my eyes. This stuff's awesome. If you're my client, I talk about it all the time. So now I can show you, this is what the tip of it looks like, because people are always wondering. So it's almost like a little eyeliner brush, and when you use it, you're just going to go right along the lash line like this on both eyes. You just want to feel the moisture. You don't want to saturate it so much that it's dripping. And then once that dries, then you can start with the rest of your face makeup. So I'll usually, or the rest of your eye makeup, I'll usually do this first and then do my foundation. By the time my lash serum is dry, I'm ready for my eyes. So once that is dry, I always like a primer. This is the Gen Nude, I don't even know what they call this. This is the Gen Nude Primer. It's called Undressed. It's a tinted primer, so I like it because it kind of gives you a color base. I have really veiny eyelids. My sister likes to tell me about that. So when you use this, it'll cover up all of those imperfections. So you just put a little bit on there. It doesn't have to be a tinted primer. It could be just, you know, a colorless one, but it is good to use a primer. This will avoid the crease that everybody dreads when you have worn your eyeshadow all day and you got that thick crease. If you use this, your eyeshadow won't go anywhere. So next, I'm working with this Bare Minerals palette. This is one that we sell. I like it a lot because it's good for any eye color, pretty much any skin tone. These are nice neutral colors. They have warm and cool, so it kind of is like a fits anyone palette. So with my eye shape, I pretty much cover the whole lid with a neutral color. So I'm going to use this guy here, if you can see him. It's called Granted, but really anything that isn't too dark, isn't too light, right in the middle. Whether you're going for color and you want to use something more orange or more purple, or you want to do a neutral eye like I'm doing, you want middle of the range as far as depth. Now for my eye shape, I go on and I literally just cover everything in this, and this is my base. So I like a big fluffy brush like this. That's going to help you so that you don't have that horrible line. Everything should be blended. It's much softer looking to the eye unless you're looking for a cut crease. But even with that, usually you would blend for an everyday look. So same thing over here, covering the whole eye, nice and fluffy. That's it. So if you had a deep set eye, you would do the same thing, but leave this portion out. So what's important with deep set eyes is that we really have a light here and shadow here so that it doesn't look like the depth is as much as it is. If you had hooded or monolid eyes, you would do the same thing, but you would really want to draw the color up. So you can still cover the whole lid, but really draw the color up towards your brow more so than I am. And that's going to give the illusion that you do have a crease, because usually with a monolid or a hooded eye, you don't see the crease, and that's what we're trying to create. So next for my eye shape, I'm going to go in with a darker color, so I'm using that guy here. This one's called Good Spirits, but anything darker, but we're not going for black. That's not good for every day. So with my eye shape, I like to go in on the outside corners here. I always start on the outside corners and kind of sweep it into the crease and go along the lash line. So outside corner, and then I just draw it up a little bit, just like that. If you had deep set eyes, you really want to make sure the concentration of the dark is just in here and above the crease, but not in the crease, because you already have so much depth in your crease that you don't want to make it look like more, you want to draw it up. So you're going to go right along here, but not so much in the crease as I did. You want to avoid any darkness in here if you have deep set eyes. Now for hooded or monolid eyes, you're going to want to pull that darkness up a lot more, and you can go more so across the entire eye. So you would go right in, it's hard to explain, you would go right in across your lid, your top part of your lid, with your dark color and blend it up into that medium color that we already did. Alright, so just keeping it towards lash line, outside edge, and into that crease, keeping everything blended. Alright, I always suggest going eye to eye, so if you do one whole eye and then go back to the other one, they're not going to look even. So do one color in one eye, go right to the other one, on to the next color. Alright, so now for my shape of eyes, I like for the light to be in the center. If you have deep set eyes, you want the light to come from in here, and if you have hooded or monolid eyes, honestly, you're really trying to create that shadow. So you want the light more so to be right at the lash line, I would say, and at the brow. So I'm going in with this color, Gold Leaf. It's quite light. It's gold. I like golds on myself. But what will dictate your tone, warm or cool, will be what do you like to see on yourself. So if you're someone who doesn't like to wear grays, blues, you know, cool tone clothes, you're not going to want cool toned eyeshadow. It all comes from your skin tone, and the easiest way to figure it out is what color clothes do I like to wear. If you think green looks bad on you, there's a reason, and you shouldn't have it on your face if you don't like to wear it in your clothes. So sometimes people think that eye color is what dictates your eyeshadow color. That's not true. It's your complexion, and the way that colors bring out shadows in your features. So I'm going to go on with this gold color, and I like to concentrate it right in the middle of my eye. So again, if you had deep set eyes, you would be pulling this all the way from the middle, or from the inside to the middle of your lid. If you had hooded or monolid eyes, you want to keep it more at the lash line, and then brow bone. So I like right in the center. It gives the illusion of more protrusion in the middle there. And everybody wants to have big eyes, so. Alright. So now I'm going to take my highlighter color. So that's going to be Bubbles. So this is going to be a light shimmery color. And we'll put this right along our brow bone. This pretty much goes for any eye shape that you have. It just really defines the brows, gives a little bit more light reflection to that bone up there. And I'm using this fluffy side now just to keep everything really blended. You can also use this middle color in your tear duct. So this is not going in my eye, but just giving that little bit of that doe-eyed look. Now, if you don't like any makeup on the bottom of your eye, you could easily leave it here, put your mascara on, good to go. If you are someone who likes makeup underneath your eye, I'm not a big believer in eyeliner in your tear line. Tear line? I'm not a big believer in that. So if you like eyeliner, you're first going to do your eyeshadow. This is something that people don't do very often. This is called drop shadow. So what you're going to do is take that first color I started off with, that medium color, and just run it along your bottom lash line. So this is going to give more of a shadow underneath than eyeliner will create, and it's not so harsh, so your eyes will still look really big and open. So we're just going to give it a hefty dose of that. I will say, if you have small eyes, you don't want to do so much drama underneath. The whole idea with small eyes is that everything's going to make it look bigger. So when you put makeup under your eyes, it actually can make them look smaller, I guess I should say, especially eyeliner. So you could still do this, but I wouldn't do any eyeliner. If you have big round eyes, you can put as much dark makeup under there. Your eyes are never going to look small, so you go, girl. But once you have a good dose of that under there, I'm going to go on with just my darker color here and just do the outer edges of the eye. Now, we could go into all kinds of eye shapes. If you have drooping eyes, this is something that you're not going to want to do. People who have eyes that are upswept, you can do this all day long, and it's never going to look strange. So again, it really depends on your eye shape, but this is what most people would look best with. So, all right, now I'm going to show you some eyeliner. Before I do my eyeliner, I always like to curl my eyelashes. Not everyone does this. This is my favorite eyelash curler from Tarte. It's amazing. So if you're in the market, I would recommend it. All right, eyeliner. Now you could definitely go without, but people have been asking for me to show this. So this is the Lash Domination Ink Liner from Bare Minerals. I love this. It's got a felt tip, and so it stays really nice and saturated. I don't prefer brush tips. This just stays a lot more even, I would say. So when we're doing our eyeliner, it's important to pull, because even though you can't see it, everybody's got little, almost little wrinkles on their eyelid. And so unless you're 13 and have none of that, you're gonna pull. Now first things first, start on the inside. Now when you do this, you don't want to use a lot of pressure, and you're just gonna go along that lash line first, almost like a marker. So that's where I'm at right now. Now, you could smooth that out, leave it, but I want more drama, so I'm gonna go in and just go up a little bit more and fill that in. So that's good. And then as far as how you figure out how to do your wing, this is the biggest question. You want to follow your eye line. So some people will go way up, some people will go way out. You want to follow this line of your bottom lid. So we're going to go up following that line. See that? Whoop. And then just connect him in. And that's it. So the whole idea of a wing is that you have an upswept eye, especially for people who have drooping eyes, hooded eyes. This is really good to give you that upswept look. So you never want to extend this wing out really far. It's just not as appealing, it's not as natural looking. The whole idea is that you're sweeping up your natural eye. You don't want to look like you've drawn these, you know, you're going to fly away with these wings. So now this side. We'll start on the inside. Go along that lash line first. Smooth it out. Color in. And then follow that eye line up. Connect. Well, he's not perfect. Alright, so now we've got our two wings. They follow your eye line right up. Now we're going to go on with mascara. So when you do mascara, you always want to start at the base of your lash. Work it in there first. Don't worry about the lengths yet. And I always go eye to eye, so start with one, go to the other while the other guy dries a little bit, work it in the base. Once you have a good base, then we can go and draw it up. And I'm just wiggling my mascara wand a little bit, helps give separation. Alright, there they are, guys. Okay. Now, I always let those dry a little bit, because if you go on with your bottom mascara right away, you're going to get mascara all over the top of your eyes. So we're just going to give them a second to dry. So now you can see with the wings, my point isn't to, you know, give this big drama. This is an everyday look, so when I'm doing the wings, I just want to give the idea that my lashes are more upswept, my eyes are more upswept. Bottom mascara, my girlfriend Dre always laughs at me, but I use a different mascara on the bottom. I like these mini brushes for the bottom. It just makes it easier. You could easily buy the disposable ones, but I just buy a mini sample, and it makes it easier to do on my bottom lashes. So with the bottoms, you always want to start at the base again. So you're working the brush in at the base. Then once you have a good base in there, then you can draw it down. Now, you'll notice I didn't use any eyeliner. if you're going for a look of the biggest eyes you can possibly have, skip the eyeliner. So we still are lined with our mascara and our eyeshadow and the way we applied it, but it doesn't close your eye off. Eyeliner really draws a literal line around your eye, and so if the idea is to look like they're wide-eyed and opened, the eyeliner isn't going to do it for you, girl. Keep the eyeliner up top. If you have really big eyes, you can go along the lash line, but don't go in that tear line because it's not safe for your eyes to have makeup in there, and it really will give you a closed off look. So I always say skip the tear line, keep the makeup out of your eyes, and that'll give you the biggest eyes possible. But hope this was helpful. This is a pretty average everyday look for me. So if you have any questions or if I wasn't clear on something, please comment. And I hope you took notes because this was a long one. Alright, bye everyone.